Right now, in this very moment, your life is on the verge of transformation. Your entire existence, everything you've become, everything you are, and everything you will ever be, comes down to one crucial thing: the conversation you're having with yourself at this right now, in this very moment. Your life is on the verge of transformation. Your entire existence, everything you've become, everything you are, and everything you will ever be, comes down to moment. That voice inside your head, the one that tells you what you can and cannot do, what is possible and impossible, is the key to your transformation. Allow me to share something extraordinary about your brain. Every thought you have creates a biochemical reaction in your body. Every word you speak to yourself triggers specific neural pathways in your brain. When you wake up each morning and tell yourself that you're not good enough, or that you can't do something, you're not just having a thought. You are programming your brain to create that exact reality. So, when you wake up each morning and think, "I'm struggling today," what's fascinating here is that your brain can't distinguish between what's happening in your external world and what you're thinking about. This is why changing your thoughts literally alters the structure of your brain. This is not just philosophical, it's pure neuroscience. Your thoughts are that powerful. Right now, I'm going to challenge you to revolutionize your life in just 3 days. That's all it will take to start rewiring your brain for success. If you're thinking about success, which it is, right now, I'm going to challenge you to revolutionize your life in just 3 days. But let me make it clear, these won't be ordinary days. These will be days filled with deliberate, conscious self-talk that will shake the very foundation of your reality. Most people live their lives on autopilot, letting their past shape their future. They wake up with the same thoughts which trigger the same emotions, driving the same behaviors, and creating the same experiences over and over. But you're about to break that cycle. When you change how you speak to yourself, you change your brain. When you change your brain, you change your energy. When you change your energy, you change your life. It's that simple and that profound. Every great achievement in human history started with someone telling themselves yes when the world was telling them no. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every triumph began with an inner dialogue that defied the current reality. The stakes couldn't be higher. Right now, you're either reinforcing your limitations or breaking through them. You're either programming your brain for success or programming it for more of the same. There's no middle ground. Your self-talk is either elevating you or holding you back. Over the next 3 days, you'll learn how to become the architect of your destiny through purposeful and precise use of your inner dialogue. You'll understand how to speak to yourself in ways that will change the circuitry of your brain, alter your body's chemistry, and transform your personal reality. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about neural reconstruction. This isn't just temporary motivation. This is permanent transformation. It's about stepping beyond the limitations of your past and into a world of infinite possibilities. Every morning you wake up and within minutes your mind begins its familiar routine. You start thinking the same thoughts you thought yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. These aren't random thoughts. They're a program running automatically, shaping your entire reality. Here's the truth. Your brain processes around 600 to 700 thoughts each day. But here's the shocker. 90% of those thoughts are the same as the ones you had yesterday. You're literally thinking yourself into the same life day after day through this automatic mental programming. Your negative self-talk isn't just words in your head. When you say things like, "I'm not ready," or "I can't afford it," or "I'm not smart enough," your body believes every single word. Your brain releases stress chemicals, your genes express themselves differently, your immune system changes, and your energy plummets. All because of the words you're saying to yourself, probably without even realizing it. Think about it. Every time you have a thought, you're creating a chemical reaction in your body. If you have a fearful thought, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. If you have an angry thought, different chemicals flood your system. Your thoughts are literally shaping your biological state. Here's the critical part. Your body doesn't know the difference between an actual experience and one you're simply thinking about. You've been conditioning your body to become addicted to these negative emotional states, which is why change feels so difficult. Your body is literally fighting to stay in these familiar chemical states, even though they're making you miserable. It's like being addicted to your own personal pharmacy of emotions. Your limiting beliefs aren't facts. They're simply thoughts you've repeated so many times that they've become hardwired into your neural pathways. Thoughts like, I'm not good with money, or relationships always end badly for me, or I'll never lose weight, are not truths. They are just neural networks that have been strengthened through repetition. Every time you repeat these thoughts, you're reinforcing these neural pathways. It's like walking the same path through a field of grass. The more you walk it, the more defined the path becomes. Your brain is literally shaped by your habitual thinking. This is why most people keep creating the same life circumstances over and over again. They think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and attract the same experiences. But here's the incredible thing about your brain. It's adaptable. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. Your brain is constantly wiring itself based on your thoughts and experiences. This means you're not stuck with the neural pathways you have right now. You can create new ones. You can literally think yourself into a new state of being. The problem is that most people wait for something in their external world to change before they change their inner dialogue. They want to feel confident before they start talking to themselves confidently. They want to see success before they begin thinking like a successful person. But that's backwards. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal dialogue. Your repetitive thoughts are creating your future right now. In this very moment, your self-talk is either programming you for success or programming you for more of the same. There's no neutral ground. Every thought is either moving you toward what you want or keeping you stuck right where you are. This is why becoming aware of your current mental state is crucial. You can't change what you're not aware of. Awareness is the first step to breaking free from the automated patterns that have been running your life on autopilot. Once you understand this and truly apply it, there's no going back to your old self. The next 3 days will create ripples in your consciousness that will expand into waves of transformation in every area of your life. When you begin to direct your self-talk with purpose and intention, something extraordinary happens. There's a principle in neuroscience that says, neurons that fire together, wire together. This means that every time you think a thought, you're either strengthening existing neural connections or creating new ones. So, if you want to create transformation, fire to the neuro pathways. When you start speaking to yourself in a new way, your brain begins to reorganize itself. It's like upgrading the operating system of a computer. But this computer is your mind. Every positive thought, every empowering statement you make to yourself isn't just a word, it's an electrical signal firing in your brain, creating new neural pathways. Let me make this more practical. When you wake up tomorrow morning, instead of saying, I'm tired, or I don't want to get up, say with conviction, I'm excited about this day, or I'm full of energy. You're not just using different words, you're firing different neural networks, you're activating different genes, you're changing your brain chemistry. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Your brain can't tell the difference between actually experiencing something and vividly thinking about it with emotional intensity. This is why Olympic athletes can enhance their performance simply by visualizing their routines. They're literally programming their neural networks through focused mental rehearsal. The same principle applies to your self-talk. When you combine clear, intentional self-talk with elevated emotion, you're not just thinking different thoughts. You're teaching your body a new way of being. You're creating what scientists call a new neural signature. This is how people make quantum leaps in their lives. They're not just changing their thoughts, they're changing their entire state of being. Think of it this way. Every time you have a thought, it's like dropping a pebble into the quantum field of infinite possibilities. The ripples from that thought extend out into the field, attracting similar frequencies back to you. This isn't mystical thinking, it's quantum physics. Your thoughts are energy, and energy affects matter. When you begin practicing focused self-talk with emotional intensity, you're not just thinking differently, you're creating a new reality. You are not merely speaking words, you are initiating a cascade of biological transformations. Your cells begin to resonate at a new frequency, aligning themselves with a different energetic signature. This is why individuals who master their self-talk often describe feeling physically transformed. Their energy shifts, their presence becomes more commanding, and even their facial expressions evolve. They aren't just thinking differently. They are undergoing a biological transformation. Your cells are constantly tuned in to your internal dialogue. When you consistently speak with purpose and empowerment, your cells adapt, beginning to crave positive chemical states over stress-induced ones. This is the foundation of true, lasting transformation at the cellular level. The frequency of your cells adjusts based on the energy of your thoughts and words. When fear or doubt dominates, your cells operate at a lower frequency. However, when you embrace words of possibility and power, your cellular frequency increases. This is not mystical but measurable. At higher frequencies, your cells function more efficiently. They communicate, repair, and replicate with greater effectiveness. Through intentional self-talk, you are upgrading your biological software. Consistency is the key to unlocking this transformation. Every time you shift from negative to empowering self-talk, you are not merely altering your mood, you are teaching your cells a new way of being. The reduction of stress hormones has a profound effect on your immune system. Without the constant influx of stress chemicals, your body can prioritize repair and regeneration over survival. Remember, your body cannot distinguish between real and imagined threats. When you think, "I can't handle this," or "this is overwhelming," your body reacts as though you are in genuine danger. Conversely, affirming, "I am capable," and "I navigate challenges with ease," creates an internal environment of resilience and strength. You are not only changing your mindset, but also transforming your biological system. In spite of it all, when we grow up working with people who are poor, we do our faces with that same problem of the biological system. Every word you speak to yourself is a catalyst for biological change. There is no neutral self-talk. Every thought either moves you toward optimal function or away from it. When you adopt new patterns of self-talk, your body might resist. This discomfort is not a sign of failure, but evidence of change. Your body has developed a chemical dependency on familiar emotional states like stress or doubt. Like any addiction, it will demand its fix when deprived. This resistance is biological, not just psychological. In moments of discomfort, remind yourself that resistance signals progress. Just as muscles ache after a workout, this discomfort reflects the breakdown of old patterns to make way for new ones. Your neural networks are reorganizing, and the feeling of resistance is part of that process. You may hear an inner voice saying, "This isn't working," or "You're fooling yourself." Recognize this as your old programming, fighting for survival. Oh Mila, these deeply ingrained patterns are like well-worn paths in your brain. Creating new paths takes effort, but every time you choose your new self-talk, you are strengthening those pathways and rewiring your brain. Transformation often begins subtly. You might notice better sleep, a shift in energy, or an unconscious improvement in posture and breathing. These small changes indicate that your new self-talk is taking root at a biological level. The doubts and resistance you face are not barriers, but signs of a breakthrough. When resistance peaks, it means your old identity is struggling to hold on, while your new identity is emerging. The moment you feel most tempted to revert is often when transformation is closest. The key to lasting change is persistence. Each time you override your old patterns and choose empowering self-talk, you are physically altering your brain structure. You are not just thinking differently. You are becoming a different person at the cellular level. This is the labor of transformation. The discomfort is temporary, but the results are permanent. As you transform your self-talk, you will notice shifts in every area of your life. Relationships will evolve as you show up with newfound confidence and energy. People will sense the change in you before you even speak. Your presence will have a tangible impact on the environments you enter. In your professional life, opportunities will begin to align with your new mindset. Decisions will feel clearer, and your communication will carry greater authority. These shifts are not random, but the result of your new internal dialogue shaping external realities. Your health will also improve. By reducing stress, your immune system strengthens, your sleep deepens, and your overall well-being improves. Chronic conditions that seemed intractable may begin to resolve. This is not coincidence, but the manifestation of your transformed biology. Your energy field, now resonating at a higher frequency, influences the quantum possibilities around you. Every thought and word sends ripples into the quantum field, attracting experiences that align with your new state of being. As your transformation unfolds, you will notice synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that align with your intentions. The right people, opportunities, and resources will appear, not because the world has changed, but because you have attuned yourself to a new frequency. Your self-talk is not merely altering your mind, it is reshaping the fabric of your reality. You are becoming someone who naturally attracts better experiences and outcomes. This work is not just about personal growth, it is a ripple effect that influences those around you. Your transformation creates a template for others to follow, making it easier for them to change as well. This is how real change spreads, one transformed individual at a time. At this very moment, you stand at the threshold of transformation. The choice to step forward into your new self is yours to make. Every delay reinforces old patterns, while every decision to embrace your new self-talk moves you closer to the life you desire. Tomorrow, when you wake up, remember this: you have the power to choose. Will you fall back into old habits, or will you continue the journey toward your highest potential? Will you continue the same internal chatter you've always known, or will you embark on the most important conversation of your life? This is the dialogue that will reshape your brain, rewire your biology, and transform your reality. Every day during this session, here's what you'll do. The moment you wake up, even before your feet touch the ground, place your hand gently over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm. Take 3 deep, intentional breaths and initiate a new dialogue with yourself. Speak these words with all the conviction you can summon. Today, I step into my new reality. Today, my thoughts shape my future. Today, I become the person I know I am meant to be. Don't merely say these words, feel them. Let them echo through every cell of your being. Let them vibrate in your core, shaking loose all that no longer serves you. Old narratives, outdated limitations, and self-defeating patterns of thought, let them fall away like leaves in autumn, clearing the space for new growth and possibilities. The universe is ready for you to make this choice. The quantum field is poised to align with your new energy. Every cell in your body is prepared to start this transformation, but the first step must come from you. It begins with this new conversation. Visualize where you will be just 3 days from now. Picture the person you are becoming. Imagine how your reality will shift after only 3 days of deliberate, empowering self-talk. Consider the waves of change this will set in motion across every facet of your life. This isn't simply about altering your thoughts. It's about rewriting your destiny. It's about stepping into the version of yourself that effortlessly draws in success, vitality, love, and abundance. The time is not later, not after this moment passes, not after you feel more prepared. The time is now. Start this conversation with yourself today. Let this be the turning point you'll look back on and say, that's when everything changed. That's when I began crafting my new reality. Your new life is waiting. Your new self is calling. Your new reality is ready for you. All that's required is for you to begin. Start this dialogue with yourself now. Let's begin.